my dears, and welcome back to my corner of the internet. I'm Shannon, and today I've got a little crystals haul to share with you guys. If you've been around my channel for a while now, you may have seen in the past I've uploaded a few different videos on crystals, some of my favorite crystals that are good for anxiety, things like that. So the other day I was in town and I went to a crystal shop and I picked up a few, so I thought I would share them with you because they're absolutely delightful. For a lot of different people, crystals have a lot of different meanings. You know, there are the metaphysical properties that crystals have. Some people believe in that, some people don't. Some people just love how they look. They love to decorate their homes with them. They love how they feel, things like that. So whatever your interest in crystals are, I hope you enjoy this. For people that do believe in the metaphysical properties, and I will be touching a little bit on that with each crystal, of course, if this video is just meant for entertainment purposes, crystals are wonderful and can help with your health, but they are not a substitute for a doctor. So I just wanted to put that out there so that everybody knows. And of course, do your own research, come to your own conclusions. But yes, a doctor is always the best bet for when you're sick. So the first stone that I want to share with you guys is one of my favorite crystals, and this is Labradorite. I was so drawn to this because it's sort of a rougher version of it. So many of my crystals, you know, they're beautiful and they're polished, but I loved how rough this one was. Now, I'm not sure if you're going to be able to see this in the video. What I am going to do after, though, is take each crystal to a window and hold them up there so you can hopefully see the details in them, and I'll insert those clips. But this one here, it's got some really beautiful rainbow shifts in the stone, and I absolutely love it. Labradorite, as the stories go with the Inuit people, they believed and spoke about in their stories that got handed down through generations that Labradorite fell from the frozen fire of the Northern Lights. And I absolutely love that story. I can close my eyes and I can see it. I can see it like raining these stones from the Northern Lights, and that's such a beautiful image to me. Labradorite is great for protection, and it's also really good for tempering different negativities, whether it's personal negative thoughts, negative energy in your environments. It's great for that. Labradorite is great for if you want to wear a piece of crystal. You can get, you know, little pendants made out of them, and Labradorite's a great one for that. And in a way that sort of brings together both the protection properties and the negative energy properties, it can be used to protect you against other sources of negativity. So I love that. I love having Labradorite around the house, and I love wearing it. Stone that I picked up, this one is also sort of in its pure rough state, and this is Fuschite. This one is really pretty and really shimmery, and this is actually my first piece of this stone. I have no other history with it, but it's so beautiful the way it glitters and shimmers. In doing a bit of research about this stone last night, I learned that it's really good for increasing compassion. Like when you're meditating and you hold a stone, it's great for increasing feelings of compassion, which in this world today is something that really we all need. In legends, it was often associated with fairies, probably because of the green color, and it's also often noted as a stone of good luck. So I think that's pretty neat. It's also really good in terms of the metaphysical properties from manifesting happiness. So I can't wait to get more into this stone, learn more about it, and get to use it in meditations and whatnot. And I think that'll be really fun. A bit of my history about crystals is a few years ago I took a course, probably about 10 years ago now. I took a course. It was a two-tiered course. The first was learning about crystals and crystal healing, and then the second course was to learn how to teach others how to use crystals for healing and whatnot. So if you have any questions, anything like that, please let me know. If you have any types of videos you'd like me to do, like I could do, I don't know, a collections video. I could talk about stones with a certain purpose if you've got something in mind. One video I was thinking about doing soon is sort of uses in everyday life for crystals, like ways to use them around your home, ways to, you know, just get more out of them. So if you'd be interested in that, let me know. The next thing I picked up is this little pyramid here. The pyramid itself is made out of Orgonite. And Orgonite, I had to write down a little bit of info about this just because I wanted to get it right. Okay, so Orgonite is made out of organic resin and metal shavings. And then there's always a type of crystal mixed in. So when I was looking at these, there were tons of different ones with different crystals inside. So the one I picked, this one has a Sodalite crystal inside. Sodalite's good for a ton of different things. It's good to use to help you get in touch with your sixth sense and, you know, following your intuition and things like that. And for when you use it for meditation, which is what I mostly use crystals for, when I'm sitting, relaxing, meditating, trying to get in touch with peace and calm, I'll pick whatever crystal sort of seems to align with what it is I'm wanting to work on at that time, and I'll just hold it in my hand and just feeling the weight of it, and I find that it gives me so much, and I love it. So for meditation, Sodalite in general is good for bringing peace and activating creative energies. That was a bit about the Sodalite inside, but the Orgonite in general is good for and is constantly attracting and repelling energy. So it was actually discovered in the 1930s by Willem Reich, and I'm kind of still learning about Orgonite, as it wasn't something I studied when I was studying the crystal courses that I took, but I'm finding it very fascinating. So maybe in time, if you're interested, I could do a more dedicated video to Orgonite in general, but apparently it's really good for, again, transmuting energies within your home. And it's also good for deepening meditation. I think the Orgonite pyramids might be really nice to keep in your room. And now for the big ticket item for me, I've always wanted a large piece of clear quartz. I've got one that's a fair size, but I wanted a bigger one. And every time I went in, I'd sort of look at them and I'd touch them, because when you're picking out crystals, it's good to, it's not something I like to order online, basically. It's good to be able to hold them in your hand to see which one feels right, because as I was holding, I touched probably 5 or 6 different large pieces of clear quartz, and to look at them, they all have the same similar sort of look, but when you touch them and you hold them in your hand, you can feel the differences in them. And this is the one I chose. It's an absolutely stunning piece of quartz. When you hold it up to the light, you can see there's so much inside of here, so many colors, so many patterns down towards the bottom. It gets foggy and you can just sort of see it inside. It's so gorgeous. So clear quartz, it has long been known as sort of the master healer. It's good for whatever ails you. And it's perfect for meditation because it amplifies whatever your intents are inside of yourself. So whatever you're trying to work on, the clear quartz really just sort of lends to making that intent more powerful. And I love the shape of this because it fits so nicely inside of your hand. And it's great. Clear quartz is great for an instant boost in energy and mood just by touching it. It feels so, I don't even know. Even my daughter, when I got home and I was showing her the crystals, she was just holding it and she was like, oh, you can feel it when you hold it. And I was like, yeah, because of course, I mean, I haven't told her too much in depth about all of the things that I've learned about crystals, but even just from her basic knowledge, holding it, she was like, you can feel it. I was like, yes, you can feel it. So there you go. So beautiful. I don't know what I'm gonna do with her yet, but she will go somewhere. And I mean, you can get lost looking in them. It's like there's whole worlds inside of it. So beautiful. So there you go, you guys. I hope you enjoyed this. Please let me know what kind of crystal videos you would be interested in. I can do one about, like I said earlier, everyday uses for crystals inside your home, ways to cleanse and care for your crystals, anything at all that you would be interested in. I would love to share with you guys. So thank you so much for watching, and I will see you tomorrow. Bye.